Kieran explains the communication style of this government, how they basically don't answer the question, then blame Labor.
Yes, we've got plenty of challenges in the media landscape, as is blindingly obvious to everybody. The way that people are getting their entertainment and their information has changed dramatically over the past few years. There's a lot more competition. News is competing against people scrolling through Instagram and TikTok and many other things. And so, look, there's a whole bunch of things that we're working on there. We've changed the broadcasting rules so that you can have advertising, which is on Sundays, which is an even playing field. We're looking at other changes. But the most important thing we can do, of course, is get the economy going back again strongly so that advertisers are actually paying for more advertising, which helps fund the media. At the moment, we've been going through a very difficult economic period, and we're turning that around, and that's the primary focus of what the government's on.
You've seen a really regular tactic from government ministers here. You ask them to answer a question, they have a crack at the previous government, then they talk for 2 minutes and try to stall for time. All he's done is allow people to take advertising on Sundays. That's not going to save media in this country.
Minister, Kieran raised the point about the fact that coalition members were proactively going after the media. Is that something that is helpful when you're trying to build that trust?
Well, look, obviously the leaders of other parties, coalition parties, are responsible for their own comments and actions, and they're perfectly capable.
No, they're not. Sorry, my dude. The Prime Minister opened the door. He is he's the CEO, right? If he's the CEO at Air New Zealand and one of his managers does something abysmal, ultimately he's responsible. That's why they say, I'm the person at the top. Ultimately, I'm responsible. So we fired that person and I'm apologizing to my shareholders. That's how a CEO would handle it. So I'm sorry, Mr. Goldsmith, but you don't get to shirk it away by going, nothing to do with us. They're responsible for their own comments. No, they're not. Because he's the CEO Prime Minister. He sold himself to us as a CEO Prime Minister. That means what his managers say, he is ultimately responsible for. That's the business model he told us all he was going to run this country like. So I'm sorry, homie, don't play that. We're not going to let you off like that. Ultimately, Christopher Luxon is responsible for everything, every perspective, every angle that comes out of David Seymour's or Winston Peters' mouth, because that's how a CEO would take ultimate responsibility.
The leaders of other parties, coalition parties, are responsible for their own comments and actions, and they're perfectly capable of defending those and being accountable for those. Yep, we're in a robust democracy. People will have all sorts of views. My clear view, though, of course, as Minister, is not to get involved in decisions about editorial decisions, but really just to ensure, like what I think all New Zealanders would expect, given the fact that we have undeniably seen a decline in trust over the past few years.
Why? Maybe you can look again to your coalition partners. Why?
And it's not, as I say, not entirely just an issue for media. It's all institutions have seen a drop in trust, and so everybody, whether it's politicians ourselves, we have to ask the question: well, how do we rebuild trust? And that's a fundamental thing that everybody has to do. And so it's no different for the media. They need to be asking those questions and coming up with solutions, and which is what they're doing, and that's appropriate.